Hello. Okay, so it is practically the end of August, which means it's Halloween now, and it has been for like a month, and I have nothing done for my Halloween costume. And for those of you who also make stuff, you know that that's insanely behind schedule already. Like, I should be planning Christmas gifts by now, and I haven't even got my Halloween costume pinned in, so I need to do some sketching today. Hang out with me. I've got 3 ideas for you today. I'm gonna make one of them. Check it out. Alright, this first costume that I am sketching out is from the show Over the Garden Wall. I've wanted to do this costume for a while. It is Adelaide of the Pasture, voiced by John Cleese in the show. It's like an old, crafty witch, one of the villains, but a fun character to costume. So Adelaide has this big knitted shawl. On the back of the shawl is sort of a Black Widow hourglass. It's got fringe all the way around the sides, and it's closed with this little brooch up top. And there's this, it looks like an apron, but it appears to be a skirt. Since it's sealed in the back, it goes all the way around with this really big, deep, wide pocket full of like yarn and knitting needles and the tiny little crane scissors that she would like to give to Beatrice so that she may cut her own wings off to become human again. This show is a little dark. It's a really great fall show. Definitely check it out if you haven't, but it's not the sunniest, happiest of shows. And then she has a great witch's hat. It looks to me like a dark navy blue with orange and yellow and red ribbons wrapped around. And it has a headscarf under it that covers up all her hair and all of that. That is a sort of purpley tone. Pocket is truly enormous. Like, the amount of stuff you would have to have shoved in it for stuff to be poking out of the top is insane. But, you know, cartoons. And there could always be a smaller pocket inside the big pocket to stage things. I'm just going in and adding the back detail of the costume. This has got a really simple back to it. I basically just wanted to draw the little spidery hourglass on the back of the little shawl. And that wrap under the hat goes all the way around the back and tucks into the shawl, and I guess the dress too. And the skirt is just totally plain in the back. This is definitely the simplest of the costumes that I'm going to be sketching today. Strangely, I don't think I can say with 100% certainty that this would be the first John Cleese character I've dressed as, though I don't remember any others. It just feels so unlikely to me that I've never dressed as a John Cleese character. And there it is. Adelaide of the Pasture, option 1. Look number 2 is an Edwardian pajama-inspired turnip costume. I don't know why, but turnip has been on my list of Halloween costumes for like a month now. And I was inspired by this pair of pajamas. I will link the photos of it down below from the early 19-teens. And this is what happened. So it is an option for a Halloween costume. It would probably be really comfortable. Got this sash in the middle and then these sort of very loose, drapey, gathered pants. It is a jumpsuit. And they have sort of a ruching down the front of the ankle. And the original pajamas had a bit of a longer sleeve. But I live in Northern California and it's probably still going to be 104 degrees out on Halloween, so I went with a little cap sleeve. Not that I think I'll be doing anything on Halloween again at this point, but we'll see. I almost forgot that the sash will be tied in the front. So I fixed it. Nice thing about this costume is that I already have a green wig that is just the color I would want because I used it for my Beetlejuice costume a few years ago. I'll put a photo of that up on the screen here for you. So I could just restyle that and have a wig for this sort of conceptual turn-up outfit already. Now the challenge of this costume would be finding, dyeing, or painting fabric to give me the sort of gradient that I would want. As you can see, I'm starting to fill that gradient in, so it's darker at the top, lighter at the bottom, like a turnip. And that would be challenging for me. Feet are practically impossible to draw, so sorry. But I also have some flats that I could wear with this costume, which is convenient. They're like little silvery, champagne-y colored, just ballet flats. And there we go, option number 2, an Edwardian turnip. Alright, the third and final costume I'm sketching today is Loki. I'm excited about this one because the Marvel show on Disney Plus, Loki, opened up anybody's Loki costume as potentially, like, canon. Like, any costume you make for Loki could be a Loki variant costume. So that is exciting. Could basically just sketch out whatever I wanted for the character, as long as I keep a few recognizable bits, like the horns of the green. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have fun and design a Loki. I did not leave myself enough space to draw these boots, which is a pair of boots that I already own. It's always nice to design shoes you already own into costumes you have free reign on the design for. And yes, I did decide to draw this awkward, complete side-facing foot position just because it's easier to draw shoes at that angle. I knew I wanted a coat over pants, but I didn't quite know the details of the coat I wanted, so I'm playing around with some lengths right now. I'm gonna change it in a little bit. In fact, almost everything from this version is going to change. Listen, when the whole universe of ideas is open to you, it takes a few iterations to get it right. The idea of a smocked yoke shirt here, I do keep. Alright, there's something I keep, at least conceptually, these little bracers at the end of the sleeves, although, like, what are those sleeve lengths? I don't even know what's happening there. One of those arms is like a full foot shorter than the other. That's fine, it won't be sewn that way. Still trying to make this waist cincher thing work out. It doesn't. It won't stay. It's just not my vibe. So I've opened up the collar so it's a little more casual, I guess. Suits me better. Still looking like a Ventress cosplay though. Not my vibe. Not my vibe at all. The problem with this look is it's very sleek and minimalist, and that is not my design aesthetic at all. I like texture, just so much texture. And I'm starting to get that. I'm going in. I've decided that this color change is a cutout in the sleeve of the jacket, and I am adding a poof to the smocked shirt underneath, poking out of that cutout. That's fun texture. I also designed some smocking onto the sleeve below the shoulder so that it's creating that puff sleeve with smocking. That smocking is just barely sticking out at the bottom of the arm cutout. That's fun. That's getting me closer to where I end up. And there we go, finally getting rid of that waist cincher section. And there goes the coat length. Still pretty long in the back, but high-low, which is fun because it exposes the lining of the coat as a design feature. Adding a belt in over that sash I've got. If you've watched any of my lookbook videos, you've definitely seen this belt. It is a black leather looking belt with a round gold snake buckle, and just feels right. Just feels like it needs to go on this costume. Adding some princess seams to the design of the coat for structure and interest. So I'm not a big fan of wigs, and I like my hair the way it is cut. So I try to design a bunch of costumes with just my hair as a feature of them, which might be boring to people who really like the hairstyling part of it, but that's just not me, and my hair makes me feel good, so why wouldn't I keep it? So that is what is happening here. I am adding my own hair. Here I'm going in and adding some detail, a little squiggly detail on those princess seams. This would be applique to delineate between the two color blocked sides of the coat front. So the interior panels and the exterior panels would be different colors, and a line of applique will separate them. And throw in some applique onto those little bracers for good measure. And adding in that headdress with the horns. I figure if I hide most of it in my hair, which sits fairly well over my face, and I just have the horns sticking up out of my hair, that might be interesting. Alright, and that is the third option, the Loki variant costume. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. I will be making one of them for my Halloween video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw and would like to see more, I have some videos linked on the screen for you. And I'll have another video out tomorrow, my last one of the cozy weekend. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps me out a ton. Thanks.